Hi, I'm dating expert Hayley Quinn, and it is my super pleasure and delight to bring you a new interview series that I'm doing, and this one is on mindset hacks. So if you're listening to this and you often have problems with self-expression, with connection, with limiting beliefs, with fears that basically hold you back from taking the action that you want in your life, then I would advise you to stay tuned. It is my delight and pleasure to be joined by an extremely wise coach who I have the privilege of working with on some of my training courses. He's also basically a dear friend and someone I would 100% ring up if I need advice, which does happen. It's Mr. Ashley Lloyd-Shaw.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You know, like if you feel sad, like say somebody's just broken up with you and you've been dating for a couple of weeks, you thought they were really hot. You want to be like, no, screw that person. Like they were rubbish anyway. Didn't like how they took me to that pizza restaurant, but they even spelt "you're" wrong. That's where you want to go because you're all annoyed. You know, your ego is hurt. You're upset. Yeah. But it's so much better to go. Okay, maybe I should. Maybe I feel like I shouldn't be upset about this, but I feel sad. You know, I feel a bit sad. That didn't work out how I wanted it to work out, and I like literally. I'm gonna go there. Yeah. I imagine sadness. Yeah. Or like despair, or like imagine what it would look like, and I'm like. Bring it in. Yeah. Give me a cuddle.
I think it's important to allow both of those aspects of yourself that may come up when something hits you. For example, like if you've broken up or something that doesn't go the way you want it to in your dating life, like it's important to allow those feelings, those thoughts to come up. Just again, it's about how long you allow it to be there.
Right.
That's what it is. If you like. And everyone's timing would be different, so I'm not going to say there's like one particular time frame, but you as an individual can say to yourself, all right, I'm going to allow myself to feel this for however long, however many hours, how many days, but then there's going to be a point where I'm going to be like, okay, that's still kind of there, the residue's still there, but now what? It's really important to allow that to happen. Otherwise, you just end up suppressing it.
Yeah, and I've been a terrible one, in the past. It's a big learn that I've had over recent years. Is I've been trying to because I want to always be. I hate being vulnerable. I find it hard. Definitely something I'm working on. I'm getting a lot better, but because I didn't want to go into that vulnerability, I'd find it so much easier to kind of like shut everything down. And I knew it got crazy because instead of allowing myself to kind of speak my mind or even to be open to my friends that I was feeling annoyed at someone, I would just grind my teeth.
Right, okay. And
I got such a tight jaw that eventually all the muscles in my shoulders, I was turning into like a little T-Rex. And it was because I just didn't let the anger out. Yeah. And that doesn't mean you have to like send a message or ring a person up and sass them out. Yeah. There's a time and a place for that. But there's WhatsApp groups, find people you can have emotional support with, because I think unless you can process that, or do some sport, do something, unless you can process it, it just gets stuck. And then you find yourself getting annoyed, like, oh, that person pushed in the queue, how dare they? And it's such a disproportionate reaction because you're sitting on this big ball of emotion that you haven't cleared through yet. Yeah, definitely. And I find that's a big part of the coaching when I do it, and when we're working together on stuff like our training course academy, it's like 50% is working on like actual techniques, like how do I get better at talking to someone? How do I talk to someone I don't know? How do I get my text messages to flow better? How do I communicate? But the other half of it is how do I deal with the mindsets, the feelings, this stuff that I've now had, my whole life, and how do I not let that hold me back anymore?
Yeah, I think as well is like having some discovering or making up, like what are you committed to? Yeah. As well, like having something to anchor yourself to, because that's what can pull you. Keep pulling you in the moments when it is really challenging and when you want to stop and you don't feel like doing anything. But when you have a commitment in place, that's what that's like your fuel. It's what can keep you going still. Yeah.
How do you know what he's thinking or feeling here? And what's the worst that can happen? Like you send him a message, he doesn't get back to you.
Yeah.
Like, at least then you know. Right. I'd rather know and go like, okay, he's not open to that, that's fine. I'm not going to even take it personally. And then move on to meet all of the other people you can meet, rather than being like, oh, the man has to make every move. Like, I think that's not how dating is. I don't think it's how it ever was, and I think it's especially not how it is in 2018. Before we wrap, I want to give a quick shout out because you are head group coaching chat WhatsApp thread group message runner, and you are such an active coach with Academy. Academy is my our 12-week training course. We developed it because we wanted to give an option to guys that wasn't just 1 week, one intensive weekend, but to give weeks of development, because I think these skills and mindsets take time to implement. Ashley, you've been instrumental in both the live training, and we have live training options if you can get to London, or also we work with guys who are just doing the online only academy, and they are from literally all around the world. And Ashley is one of the guys that gets up early to do the group coaching call to Australia at 7 a.m.
It's such a real privilege, and it was never something that I was like, that's what I want to do, because like acting is one of my main important things in my life. But this has been such a blessing that's also come up for me, and be able to work with people and support them and encourage them in basically in life and what they want. And and without maybe clients realizing it as well, I get a lot from it, from the sessions too as well, because it's a give and take, just from a different angle. So it's so rewarding.
And the guys we have are amazing. They're from all around the world. If you want to find out more details, I'm going to put a link to hayleyquinn.com/academy. We run 2-3 academies a year. They are getting really popular, so check it out. And also, Ashley, if you've loved hearing to his wisdom, and just his voice is quite nice. Ashley also has a podcast. Where can they find out about that? And I'll put a link beneath the video.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can go to. Should I look at the camera? I'll just keep looking at you.
I don't know why we're looking.
Basically, you can go to jsaudios.com.